na ewo Ghana bakope ene takorade Kwame Nkrumah na be temahabo ebeye State House Kwame Nkrumah na officer obeye Workers Brigade etime ma Kwame Nkrumah hwe the industries are Kwame Nkrumah eye edoto uko baby ti say Western region na Ghana unite yankata ye car ties uko baby ti say boko so ye in class ye officer ties ni sane ma woni nyina papa na de sane me nyina de gu na mum bisa say wo wo ba no wo beto aso ya na
entino say ye ka one of the problems
the problem nyina say
continuity
untimi fa 80 years and find ya de ene te sade ya obi e ba no be say obe dada nipa no ye otimi kan sem ne bebre na timi makasa no betima ya just only 5 pay open say wo sika den na pete wo si abosran wa wankasa wo de utimi fa 1 year fancy
okay
because what 1 year see a dana hodi nim
right
what you say if you buffer nation edu baby no ugu concrete no go papa and actually we did 3 weeks and so den na de no nkakra na de ndue and before be we dan no na yak almost 2 years to 3 years and so what do you complete but over for 8 years what in better me railway to from Accra to Paga better me road to ultimi
okay
oh enti data na e wo ho na obi beto aso no oba na wa beto aso
okay
one am mention no because eye aban ni sika no ni pa ko no ye adwuma no na opanyin no de me hwensema esisisi a e wo Ghana Kwame Nkrumah say atem didie ne nemanema na e koso no umiye buya mu say ye officer bibi man na bibi abrofo no emu ye enti munye atem didie di say ye tie sa asem yi a anko bi nso ndimi nkongogo gina say former president kura ene akaroche kwa ye transform person otu aban ni gu
right
say oko kan sa asem wi in front of Kwame Nkrumah na say Kwame Nkrumah chiwo ekotun say fa proof ba na wanya proof na komu detention na why bone
onye bone
uko na uko ye attempted coup or ye paragraph 16 uko ye mranim say uye attempt say uye coup bia and obi obeye coup bia no if say nipan sentenced to death by firing squad or life imprisonment awoye mram why ye coup no kura wie na Hanover that be etimi from a trial
yeah
aye mranim so what you see and in sane ma weni nyina no no bi sore o adentina weni ma yeku weni ta yeku na Ghana the word of coup na kasa no is legal in merem
now say Captain Smart I think whether he sounded like a warning say near Kosono it requires uprising Emma Onyahun Simsimpi say these are treasonable offenses. So Okasa brings what the English call the political unrest. Emma Oko court, some Imani bill and all that. Mecha said, Ohun say a yakasa itume edinta wantawaba mamona say Ukase.
Captain Smart, Emsa Oyakwada Usha. Captain Smart, Uncle war front to that. Captain Smart, Uncle war front to that. Now Captain Smart, who sent a bullet, a bony pa. And a nutria send a bullet bonipa. It's an not one that said, Framana Benimuna, all can now, all can you free. Share Obio Bacase any coup in Ghana, Nipapa Akwana Museum, Kachen Sopwa from 1966. A Champon, Lawrence, 4th June, Pras, 31st, Nina, way of fancy. A chana no Madiano Korampo, I honomono. Tata na many demos major way of a military academy and training school. Mirinya problem military from army and Ukurampo nipa we. And then wakati kuwa easy. And the ayada men pacha nkrofu ben manji so ku no dey answer problem bia. What dey time no so kuku mete no. If ne bisa say won a war ban so no. Mistake a when mo ye no so once one be the same thing na Honey, biggest problem.
Right.
Because who do be back at the airport? Making only basket could have been not the Dakar see ACC at 9. Obi short teach you on your binosono. And who ye into a bayania, a better so ye complain. A holiday, your biggest problem. Our young man. Oh,
yeah.
Na fe, ye the power not to add many petun in the petun tomorrow. Yet the most of the time they abuse the power.
I be before no.
Yeah, be before. Oh, President Dr. Baby, one more power. Who share first way airport so, who share harbor so, we say, or the power now, I told the amount. But because of power now, President and power no Quran, and we'll lose the amount. Now, on to no cotton now, now we are abuse the system. Obi so tie chi so no bedai na eye ya and under the year but me the cool there nobody in Ghana because attempted obi ye coup in Ghana because in 1966 now it was Russia army with heavy guns. Now Russia for crowd weapon heavy as in Ghana army na eye day na Ghana armed forces it Conga Russia for no. Satam na weapon I will use it just on the SRR and short machine gun plus way of LMG finish. And the power no
right.
Russia for the power no natural Ghana armed forces a conga just only small trick. When I'm doing administration na anya juma and this are there and yet easy in cool. Na cool who are you fair baby to say we offense Burkina they are we what the young soldiers no they go president office wo our guide ho and you want to know want one penny and ma and when mu to na when mu to Burkina they na work as a peace one boya when the pado do a we send the one can
me pese me hu se normally no se maintain me ho se bebo mamu ya na efia mamu se be most politicians ne ebu no enkoyi no
otie
metie pa
ye akanfo kata bi se nia otwa kwan no onim se na ti achia
right
meboa that good nia onubu man no ono fi se na oye no eye wosu ya wotie achi no wosi de bi na wo ye na enye enti wosu braba ba ye sei moto abane de ama no oso ne ni de obaba ye nse school na obemesho school chalk no ne manema ene necessity on eno na oye wodim ka je onko ye Karabwa Kota road no onko ye bridge na da hase no wana mechire say moto mana but me no masiba na nka American say obi eye na nipa ne ye na enye no hwe na say o man panyini dada kufuo e kan sembi in politics or say opposition na say opese obedi akonyana if you can sama ya erichira manfo
what's it and I say ni say oka someone
if you can sembi ya o man panyini kufuo na kan eme na me kan onu ya nanim tom hwe apanyini wo de yemfa nse bia wo yire ni me yamienu ana me kire no na wo yire panyini no ene wo yire ketwa no ene tembia ketwa pecho kan tokwaba o kan se bi na ye panyini ne ya panyini to pecho kan se bi so na ye ketwa ne ya sa pepe na politics nso te nti obie ba ono pecho kan se bia oba obitmai but one trick ba ko a wo ba na ka wo ba no ministries no I get only 36 ministries but makutwa ministers but about 100 and something me then come imagine and say obiara we 60 years our Ghana honma 1 year juma obaji pension pay
okay
anka yema obia 3 million some like income support to support such people farmers na mun ekeka na once we make hospital free
okay
obiobe wo biara because your poor ye but one am chire no na ye masan krofo no obi obewu bia no ye makoda no de ma just 1 million every month. Ghana in population ya and mahina ewu for offense a year. Now the ministers ni sika na allowances are watching. Jessica Wayne, oh yeah, the son of the Mawa, I can't to be one more between young once a biaka. But because of Momatesona Mumudino, one was no, ya. Sana the entity.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so you're here on GN Radio. If you just joined us for about a month break, we're back again to continue with most political issues. Here with His Lordship Batsy MP, who seems to just be with us at the latter part of his stay in the UK for over 4 decades. My name is Dr. Morton. If you check the time, it's about 20 minutes to 9 o'clock. In about 9 o'clock, we'll be joined by Chairman Chairman Yosin, who is on his way coming. There's a lot of issues going on in Ghana this morning. The most burning issue at the moment that we hopefully will bring to an end if the president is able to, hold a lot of meetings with whether he is actually going to continue with the e-levy pursuance or whether he's actually going to let go. Something that we need to still sit down to clarify this. This is not, there's a bitter pill that is giving the public. It's very difficult to actually swallow. To stay with us, very interesting issues. I've got David who is standby in Ghana. He'll be telling us a lot about, the current state of whether the public have accepted or grasped the in-depth of the what we call the e-levy, the tax. Chairman, tax no. A man for year to mono or more feelings. No more near Jumania that outside the e-levy a big young almost more. Oh, just a
honomono. Menegana for no enya adwini too much say. Tas and no. Na worichiche mai baby babu mukura ewu but moti task na adwuma na modi task na kwa ye no
and only asem no
modi ya na apanyini hwe Kwame Nkrumah esi Independence Square ewa Accra meboa ahona ye mpare de ye bibia eyina o ye na Black Star no when it's a black time, black and baby say no, when it's a boo. Now, then I know why you said you need to ornament. Koshasi, Bogata Hona, what to bolegu.
Oh dear.
Oko Hua, Sabi, say Papay, or na some or some of you. Now, on your daho, or some other nations are. Me Ghana, me baji independent, edisi honomono. Shasenia. Me nanam ane me mano eyena. Ufita Kwame Nkrumah onsu. Kwame Nkrumah wana dakam onsu.
Onsu se.
I'm telling you. Wakati obi uya body no na ewu, but so ni de ewu wiase. Onsu. Nanso huna mu. Hwe what dear, me kura dear, nanka me pekura nse, mo dear sanka mo besi abano so ya. Mo toti patrons on 300. Na mo to sa Caterpillar what is saying, na mo chema every region. Na one fancy sabola. And then one ye bola lie, because 6 March, a school for call Independence Square, oh Kumasi Gejetia. Kwa Accra, kwa Mokora, kwa Ho, kwa Tamari. Nase, kwa chi. Sa asklete you machines ya wari guarantee ni menema ewu nwire mu. Sa machines mbeti bi asisa bola. Musisi na mufanko yes adwuma rather no mo de petrol e de akum ahye no. Na panyine yakoya na e ba. Dabi
oh yes.
Yakoya na e ba. Hwe Kwame Nkrumah time. Na Ghana yan population nyina almost 7 million. That means 1 year jumano. Na won't do more than 2 million. 5 million in no be a year juma. You was State Farm. Uye primary school. Went to me elementary school. Ubenya juma. Uye elementary school. Nasa ubenya juma. Uye secondary school. Uye O level. Ubenya wajuma. Uye officer. Ukoya A level. Ubenya wajuma. Uye university. Ubenya wajuma. Because that Kwame Nkrumah was State Farm. Or some workers brigade. Kwame Nkrumah ato ship said the begu home. Ghana ya kata ye corn beef. Our border. Yes, I am tinapa. Yes, I am sardine. Yes, I am to say, Yansa Kwame Nkrumah may dress our fool. Cassia at the toe. And then I yet Yakaruku. Now Holland for Babato. Now we could do Holland. Now one better, one better, Holland wax. Ghana, Yakatania yen, offense, Firestone, ties, Yayan glass, a bottle. You say, Oko Esiama, your oil fat, and never that one, and be quotes home candle. Kwame Nkrumah yen say, oh yeah, a horn pepper say, and can you not one in your many money yen said, near filling in Amfachim, Oko Takura, the baby is a premudu, Quasimiti Major Honomana, or your baby a reserve a ya, anka, yen nara. You bet me a reserve and we are almost more than 5 years. National near yin and cat and can compare the engine Pajami Bisa say. Sanya senior papay and yea. Na yet to me tribi. Na ya condemn I say. Me Pajami Bisa say. Even if Binya Sanyans and beam.
Okay, I think so. I think that they've listened to quite a few and would want to, get in touch. Also mafia so that be na oko na wa
30th
30th next month.
Also mafia there wo so temi a wo say ono ye me nyame say also mafia na ma the whole world what told me am radio program na nyame shira no.
Anyway, also I pay one money rahopa because but his lordship I say will be a to kwan janeba. What's the one ever?
Oh, so no dey sisiano. What's sisiano? O ya bantu my boy, na mtumi ya bantu my boy into. Ya glass nko you be sure bantu.
Anyway, now make about continuity. What won't say your crew no if obi a year sabi I'm so be friend me. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Pacho Maini. Oh, Krobia.
Krobia.
Krobia, Pacho.
Pacho. Pacho Minka. Sir.
Meton Campacho.
Ah, okay. But make me a Casana. And I said, town, no, any
I would make a sampacho.
Yo, I pay me my watching, my chief wing and watching. But let's see, me my watching and no pay. I hear very few.
I will tell Caposio, Joso.
Yo. I no pay Dr. Anthony and let come as seven. Me di si baby a better si e kan e wasi sanya san wi na no ade na ye mpanyifo yi a e no ma bai o mo ntimi nsua bi am se papa ya kan sem be brave but imodu nsem na waka no imodu pa o but doctor unu ade ba ko a ha adwen
ade be no
it is say Kwame Nkrumah yitu na ban ku yo ya ba benya strong political parties no asisia Ghana or Yebu or mine or ye NGC any NPP. A beya jimpa say obeti NGC phone be establish Kwame Nkrumah aban. But obeti so obi e bo Kwame Nkrumah jimboni a na ye yenuanum NPP we ya any bo Kwame Nkrumah jimboni. Ena ye sika what they call amama so ena ye sika o ye ni say ena ye sika o ye ni say ena okoye we ha. But the question is Papa no, normal we hear my no, a better and I'm an old cafe. Saying a yet in your year at the account. Kwame Nkrumah time no with Ghana population no. District be creating a no because sure see you being a secondary school. Oh. You can't just a Kwame Nkrumah normal way or Ghana no. Said you just said the night if you anywhere and over cast a Kwame Nkrumah 1 year dear Amagana. And it's a fact. This is the night dream, but you'll be an dream a year dear Kwame Nkrumah, you were Yama Ghana no. It's unprecedented. Oh, dear, you are betting me.
Maybe Krobia. Recently, what's in your Kufoka about a year Kwame Nkrumah?
Say, Kufo and Meka and Papa. Somebody can't throw there. Medical throw there. Say you were 2 political parties. Muru Ghana. If you take the only way here from Kwame Nkrumah, I say, you're in our camp. Ababe NDC, NPP. But you bring your party be all kind as some boy after Kwame Nkrumah, a new patriotic party, because they were the people who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah upon all the good things now here for the country, you know. The almost funding means to overthrow the government. So you expect those people to come and give a good testimony on such a person.
No, Krobia, what was to send your canoe? Who expect to say, or mine, AGD, just Bia, only Kwame Nkrumah ideologies needed. That's a bit, only I've been. And now just say, you almost saw Kwame Nkrumah as you might have seen him.
I don't think I'm getting you clear.
Yeah, I mentioned say send your Kwame Nkrumah. Though GD say it was be a hono send your no san say the duana GD say sebe obeboy adwuma pa but anya den you woman so omon so and mrana ne ne obeye no sebe anshana nkuya ma wo.
Fine. One thing I say you wo he yentimi nye to say ebia your particular religion na ebia yentimi ma me to say Jesus Christ. You were your home some can't here, Ubitmania, a woody pound. Quantum Kuma won't mean ye angel. But say ye the normal to 2 ye the normal to 2 horses here. Your moon said, if I can't be now, it was a exceptional tenor, or PN to me, maybe. Well, compared to and now I'm an okay, doctor. Quantum Kuma who say from Tema to Accra. Trade estimate cost because of harbor, you know. Movement of a trade no entity M1 into or planet Yenya motorway. This motorway, it was a full concrete and already a motorway, no, and I'm a boy. And yeah, asphalt. A concrete. But and I'm saying, you're paying for a said you or one wing quite, you know. Concrete 8 to 2 na ye de almost a quota moment I had a very replace concrete no sabi na say o happen you ya you think say I junior papa ben and obetumi dey aboa ma wo man akoso
Gina so 1 minute menya Joe so Joe, good morning. Hello Joe. I'm say I don't know say Joe I was just okay maybe hello, Joe. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Doc.
It's on live and clear.
Yo, Michia, my brother Krobia, and I think my papa Batters
But I say I'm Piwadi in your to one kappa.
Yeah, Michia on so. I think the better was for coming back on air. And yet the production team for bringing our joy back. When you bring back our girls, when you bring back our radio.
Hold on, why no Fred or Linus no? Linus no. Oh, Krobby Asamba. Okay, what's it Joe Campacho?
Joe.
Okay, what did you know so better than Joe Custom Pacho? It's on Kappa.
I just tuned in. I heard my brother Kobe talking, and you were asking things about Kwame Nkrumah. You see, we've moved on as a nation. There is no need for us to be, talking about Kwame Nkrumah in 2022. The reason being, say, he has done his bit, he's gone. But you see, for comparative analysis, you know, and we are always drawn into this kind of issue. But let us make it clear there. The ills of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the good and the best of the Fourth Republican regime. The very evils of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the best of the Fourth Republican regime. And even to the Akufo-Addo's regime, it is the things that have never been seen and will never be seen. Mr. Kwame Nkrumah, he is the best among his contemporaries, best among the equals. But when you compare him to this your friend then, Kwame Nkrumah is incomparable. You cannot compare him to all the rest now. Yes, Mr. Kwame Nkrumah stands very tall. He stands very, very tall.
Joe, Mami Bisa, recently, did you hear what Kufuor said about Kwame Nkrumah? Joe, what's the main? Hello?
Hello, Doc.
Yes, me say, what's in the Kufuor can about Kwame Nkrumah?
Oh, Doctor, today my brother will be a time. Kufuor, can we lie out for over 20 would be a Kwame Nkrumah or a Kufuor number 20 Kwame Nkrumah in the life. Kufuor, is that the person? Only what age? Say the phobia, a master or master or next at Yaupa. We don't need Kufuor to come and talk about Kwame Nkrumah. That is a fact. Kufuor and Chatoko, you take a crown, Kufuor legacy, and Kufuor legacy. The Niman Mercato. And do you know why Dr. Baumia is today commissioning toilets? Because Kufuor legacy, Hippic or a toilet, the African Americans, the only thing you saw Hippic initiative on was toilet. Kufuor legacy was building toilets. Just a person like Kufuor who sold Ghana's greatest asset, that's the Ghana Telecom. Kufuor sold it. And this person to come to talk about Kwame Nkrumah. I mean, I don't want to go there.
Okay.
A person who today evil is happening. He is silent. And I want them and so coordinate with Ghana. And you see, what's the real change? You see where you go. Until I don't come Kwame Nkrumah, only not to real change. Now, finish Ghana. You see where you only not to real change.
No. On the point, I mean, it's life. We're all gonna get old. It's gonna get to a point we won't be that active. And it's democratic.
Doctor, go and read about Emiliano Zapata. Or say, if a government cannot guarantee you justice, don't guarantee that government peace. That is a medical revolutionary. Go and read about it. What he said. Or money is not anything to money. Not a government is not trying to guarantee the people justice. It's not trying to guarantee the people do things that we all have to call for no peace for that government. And when no peace comes,
Krabia hostel. What's it, Junka? Okay. Yeah, Joe Koso.
Yeah, nobody wants war and other people or man damage. Nobody wants it. But you see, the level we've gotten to, that's what we should call for. Because, and that is why, to the end, I cried that it would be better to change Mahama. Mahama can win the election, but it would be better than change it because we need a radical leader. We need a leader. When Christian council comes to it, we pour hot water on them and stand them from.
Okay, now Joe, answer na meko Krobia Sono. Let me ask you about your view about so far, the status of the CPP. So far, we hardly even hear of CPP. It looks as if the United has gone down the drain. Is that how we see it?
Well, you see, the CPP now are individualistic political party. And so everybody uses the CPP for his or her own personal gain. Ubi or stand on the ladder of CPP to gain that popularity, and then he or she is not to the NPP or the NDP. And that is where sometimes you blame Dr. Papa for sending Kakra. I mean, fact and truth be told. And the fact there, he aligned himself, not to anybody, but to his enemy, to the greatest enemy. Ghana for no one for the NPP. Ghana for no one for the forget about rolling. But Ghana backwardly, a NPP. These people so called attempt Sakawa people. They are the reason why Ghana is where it is today. Okay, for me, as I believe in the ideology, the ideas, and the mindset of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I will never align myself with the NC. Sometimes we blame Dr. Papa for the Sakra. But truth be told, when the new generation of politicians and our young people in Yaba, we only use the PPP as a springboard to gain our popularity, and then we switch. It's SNCC man, PPP is SNCC man, PPP is no one. Without PPP, it cannot move on because I put part of the Nankasa not one of one and push mama and I put part of the one and push mama. Do you know that, doctor?
I made him pa.
But unfortunately, you know what PPP not imagine on Yagin Papa, you know by no way. The PPP ni Papa Anka, man to the Bolivia, never Nana Africa, and you will make the Ghana Bobby. And you did doctor, let us make it clear. And now I think we just make statements very emphatic without any apology. Any foreign government, any foreign organization, any Ghanaian living in Europe, into the account to be a Makuba of platform to talk into Makuba is the best. Excuse my language, you are talking like a dog and you are thinking like a dog. Because in this country, Dr. Boris Johnson, he has got to Abba. Many people bottom a dog, made the Mekama report to Abba, Mekama, police union, a body killer. Boris Johnson will come from wherever he is to come and solidarize with me.
Okay.
Any foreign country that kind of give a football that credence, that country is mad.
Okay, Joe Johnson, better see Pedro Casa 1 minute. Put your hold on.
Kwame Nkrumah time, uko hospital, utuyakana, uko free, wama wadro free. Na ye nombombi sakufuo say. Tama mene no ye what detention no. Me tell them me kufuo ni nyina na what detention. This man so ombe yimi. Doing of a champion time na what the embe two mu no. When sana mo edu akufuado opeduase. Ombi say e die na eti.
Okay, Joe, what's in your kind?
Because first of all, utie. Tema buya ebe ye offense kanechi kan offense kanechi offense odona offense sa gota kese no the big mistake buya ye one from a good contractor or my bank manager which is okre contractor no a bank manager or commercial bank ama one ye nti ama dotie na bo ne ewuda kwakwa kusimu enti se nsuo ta nsuo nya kwan na bua for kanechi won.
No, that's her problem. Say what did that? That means saying
the busy and a or my contractor, contractant, or yeah, or account or university, 1 year construction. Oh, it's a honey a biggest mistake. It until say you two am running in a yim dotian, beer and son, and show you that and fact when you secret in a catch.
Okay, you.
Yeah.
We are not about Robbie and Pacho.
What I'm trying to say is I will not even come on to talk about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah because you see, I would only talk about Kwame Nkrumah when I have someone to compare him to. But at this time, at this dispensation, there is nobody, even in the whole of Africa. Doctor, I'm telling you, I'm doing something about African studies, and my lecturer tells me that within the 19th to the 21st century, there is no African that can be compared to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Britain tried to compare Nelson Mandela to Kwame Nkrumah. They couldn't. Even if you go and vote in the cemetery, Kwame Nkrumah will win. So I will not waste my time talking about Kwame Nkrumah. He is uncomparable. He is the best among the people. So I will not even talk about it. Let us look at the ills of our government now. Kwame Nkrumah is incomparable. You can't compare him. The African historian, Kwame Nkrumah was not human. He was a god because he was visionary. And then I'm a brother, Kobe Alexander. He built Akoso Bodam for a population of less than 5 million. Today, 33 or something million is using Akoso Bodam. That's what we call visionary. compared to president or the high plane, president, the whole of Africa, the only president that makes it out, only to hear what they were on charter or your best it's a fact, and it's in the Guinness Book of Record now. He is the only president to be in a room with a woman that is not his wife, or your best or your maker.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Yo. All right, that's fine. We're not making any comparison with Akufo-Addo now. Krobia, your life, Pacho, by the way.
Yeah, Joe, what I tell you, when I'm working. Yeah, Kwame Nkrumah, you don't send degree because since me can the Opa compare now it's a would be start the compare is your money. So what you say? What they start a compare money Kwame Nkrumah stand very, 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 very poor when it comes to Ghana. Yeah, development. Yeah, nobody. Obi anyone, you know, you're fan to almost a mango for apple. It doesn't work. Or more can't farm and come out and maybe can't you almost say you won't hear this from any NGC, but
Krobia, I'm so befra baka. Now he was making some steps. Yeah, but to see, Yanko. Krobia Jinaso, Katasi.
Well, we here. The moment may have be a money be my and I would not so crap and automatically neck off.
Yo, Matty. What did Jinaso crap? But to see.
Only foreigner, na Kwame Nkrumah is a whiskey biao. Togo, Ana Africa, Ana Burkina. The city in our account in better now at that one. Or catch the war, or grab your Yerabel. Kwame Nkrumah, or man to say, the papa, ne ma media. Wrong, that winning in a fair, Satami and Dodge, say it be training, the human share. I can the population of Ghana say 13 million. Committee my catch of pay to pay say I got 19 million and can
okay. Yo, Krobia, Pacho, Koso.
Yeah, doctor. I'm saying, the beba or maimu and some kakra a day, a cocoso. But, doctor, share young kind of crunch, so what as or mine. Ghana no a year, a year my yin. Enyema sebe bakunfobi na Ghana Japan ye enye one particular family bi dia eye omamuni nyina hwe the land Ghana no Nyankopon ehiraye ewo abidiman mu because every mineral bia Ghana ye wo bi ade na ye ni ye ka enaje ni yenni kura no Nyankopon dia ayeden.
Okay, Krobia, Mami Misaba, Otenia or Trebe Fikai concerning hip way, you know, we you know, we don't have a choice. 11, you know, they're going to push it down our throats, and NASA is going to affect the free education. No?
Doctor, Doctor, so when we say sometimes being in a political seat doesn't make you a wise person, you know, because there are a lot of people with these suits and ties moving around the street, but psychologically they are not sound. I can boldly tell you that most of our MPs sitting in parliament, you know, they are not mentally sound. They need psychologists. Because it's like Obi Smith now he comes out with, I don't want to use any word because I am not.
Yeah, me, or say, as a parent, a lame parent in Ghana, no? Which of these options? And I'll say
let me ask you a question and throw this question to your listeners. Say, when this government was introducing this free education, did the government told Ghanaians say he's going to use the e-levy to finalize this what do you call it, free education, Anna?
Who said time of free education in Bayern, a lot of people were very happy until double track system it started getting foggy. What do I mean? Who said until it started getting foggy because not a Bayern saying what she shares saying can't never beat me school free no.
Yeah.
And now the E-levy is here to subsidize OPA in the effect of, and I say within the name of free education for our children in Ghana. Say no one person to also our banner or person who free education. I know what you know say.
One will say politics, no. If you use another word, say politics. This year, no, yeah, or one can be it beats me our boy who to parents are. Or who say they are in a very dangerous zone. Because this year, no, one and Bakusi Aminum and a Bakusi as so. Into any mistake, they are no, they will go into ditch. Into this year, no, I was almost 5 minutes there. So I would say this is winning and a year. Papa in Quebec, or Coco Jnaya, one said the illiteracy rate in Ghana no, is so high. Most of our mothers no more market money, they are not literate. It is so be a couple can somewhere or more than or much etum. Doctor, sa E-levy we are ye can watch them. And once a Ghana for a 20 year, a year Ghana need the higher than a chateau.
What's your problem then? Say, what's your problem?
I was here, but the question is, you was Sikadimo or mine yet 12. Just read Auditor General Report I by 2021. Ghana says almost like 13 billion. I was for mine union. This E-levy year is less than 7 million for the year. But doctor, some contemporary say when over food and Kamanini kind, I didn't know cancer. Here a normal Sika Yakwa Maman so Aquaco Bobosina, our Modia Maye. Says you can yet me and farmer may develop Ghana. It's over. If you count more than 100 billion.
But to see. For one person to E-levy to almost almost person Marcus school. I don't swear.
Yeah, doctor.
Crabby Ajinaso Kakra.
You find it be higher ministries. Muslim Makachira Bante, you pescada quacoto Mike we, Meboa, and I pay a pescada quacoto light up we. Now I buy a muscata Mufacoto light up we be a 40, which is candy amount. Unsaka is going as a principal secretary or minister for beer information principal secretary. It's just Mubacoto light up when number quacoto be a Mike we at the Baba BC. A banner baby say, Sap. Laptop we are mukoto begu hoyum. The end of the year, I can't imagine a petu. Ni rusi teni ni bibia. By a man koto. The muda kwakoto Mike. This a banka to medical way about how.
It's idea putting whatever means they requested for.
Exactly.
They're not using the money.
But and it's a what is kawa buying chess or kwakoto. Sa computer we are. And we never koto. Uso computer and crampo we are saying in the chair koto we.
Then what did the government promise and then did a different thing? At the end, where you are.
And in this Sikadie about ministry in Sikadie about ministry in the mono. Many mechanical mobile the artist say. Tama Buzia, a befi London, a beba Accra. Satanami Wakaso. Yen Yakofano. Driver many Yakofan, or friend Jura from Kutuka, next at the Ghana International Airport, near the call, we often say, State House. Open from PP, Progress Party, 1 man appointment as an office for winning in Ano. Now, Buzia, head of our civil servant, you know. Now, Obrate Goldman, Swigbar Road, I want to need here, which is MPP. Kulate Yabatu Abani Wie, and Sana Buzia, Adam Koma Vitusu, as a bodyguard. Next time, Kufo, deputy minister, slim guy, young boy. If you want to know them come, Peduaso Lodge, no more military intelligence.
Every
acquire a dreadful papa way, ne papa body, in the Kufa do me very well.
I see.
Oh, ain't no minima minimum some meka, minimum meka practical, not theory. Meka practical.
And I'm just say, it's become the need.
E-levy, and I'm just saying, right. Was he into a tour?
Okay.
I saw them into a tour. Then I saw in this kind of year. To a tongue, and it's a fan, and a baby beer, and to say you two, let's say a bano at this kind of the man, yow, and I could say, fire away. Let's say a bano. Ni pana ojina hon director no and a minister no at the sika no be ma the right person contract say would you say sika we fire say adwuma we ni pan be ye adwuma ne dia and e good na say ni pan ye adwuma no
okay
na de say hu ni so woji sika
agojo
yeah dog
yeah me pacho what kasa che grobia pacho jina so majo enusina. Now, me no starting. We have not spoken about the e-levy. Your take on it, please.
Yeah, I think where I disagree with my papa friend, but it's in the day. The other candidate can be on one because you see there is a saying that he who ignores the tragedies of history of yesterday is condemned to its history. In the because you can World Bank their mind. You can have people of farm next system or that man. You can know. The question is you can know. Into any abandoned negotiation, what is the essence of democracy if we have to negotiate with the government? If the government, the essence of democracy is that you move for the people. When the people what you are bringing, what is the point of going to negotiate again? The people say no. The people are saying no. And the next question is on the e-levy. People at Lebanon, also a physical, and so comedy. In physical, no mind, in physical, you are sure run and they can do. So why then do you bring e-levy to the truth of the people? In any case, through education and that's all mine, I'm fascinated. If you reach a man,
all right, Krobia.
Yeah, doctor. Pato, but just yeah, doctor. Sir, e-levy yasemwa yakan. Doctor, e-levy, this telecommunication for you, and I'm say government no, I'm say we deal with through the e-levy. Telecom no, omo.
Better unkapa. What did you know? Macrobia and you in Pocho.
Telecom no, omo company.
Yeah, Krobia. Krobia. What's up, Pacho Mianko?
So, Mr. Agopa.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
No, yes, we'll
get it sorted.
Because a telecommunication service no. So, Moshe, not Omu Omo a year. They can choose fair, even a Jumano Crano, Omu Yaden, Omu Yidi. Into Setiano, Omu Dita, they say, Omu Yajuman. Where is the government going to get that money from? Because e-levy no is about this Momo and other stuff. It is this year, so Omokase, Omo operate service in the government, our funds, no, where is he going to get that money from? Omo idea no so aqua dream. Because Ghanaians are very angry. Say they are not going to pay. And most of Ghanaians, I said there a month ago, MTN was an almost suspended service because omu intelligence information said people want to withdraw their money. Into no was almost suspended that day no ubi oya na just look at no and me work out almost system na day juma. Doctor, idea we Ghana chichika ye hu bi dani. This 7 billion year you can't want some more 7 billion 2 year you can't want some more. Only 2021 auditors general report. Sika or mine no ya share guno. Almost just 11 a year no times 2. Into so first Sika no went me and ya alpha mama ya kwan. Na akwakwa kodi amanfo botomu a bisa wo se 7 billion no a obaba benya no nti Ghana 7 billion betimi ama ayenya free education your point development betimi akos with this little money the idea behind the 11 no sabi you see you can some way na obiti baabi amam obi etie wo ne ye mekan obeka se sabe mekan kwasi asem but ono ote hodo mi sa no ho se nti asem a mekan ne kwasi asem na de hen. Yet it's almost 200 and something
people. And say Joe, also for mafia, Fred Meline or Joe. Ain't you know, say Obe call it back and I'm a fro back. So person say goodbye to Battersea. I wore the latter part of way into my fro back patcho. Well, but that's it. Okay, Battersea, I'm say mafia episode or new din Komokakra. I ain't you know. Yeah, Mafia, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Pacho, it's a Pumbo Cordia. Yo, Papa Batasi, Mraso, I can't be able to make pet no jay quite. Dear na peso catch no.
Batasi MPD, said the idea you contribute to the Ghanaian community when it comes to the radio. So Bekasa was so bit too for the person from the Hot FM, nay other radio stations. We may be able to suffer the Bia or Beba. And you know, I'm saying, I was saying, as I'm going
Sir.
At least, yes, appreciation at the action.
Sir.
I'm saying, Papa, why be? We have a bit of the house, and on yes, or backward. Nahofama, and said your BCA the contribution, the BBR.
Sir.
The radio presenters again, and yeah, I knew at least say, almost say,
Odi ejina so e opeso o kakara.
Osofo mafia. Ya edusei. We are bantumen, me so me bantumen. Na me akasa de minti min kasa me de aseda na edawo. Because the choir for page army. Uko America, utomi wo ho. Italy, utomi. France, utomi. Germany, honina me the whole Europe can be program. Nanso ni nyina baba. Osofo mafia na eye program bi ayeto baby. No you papa no wa batasi no on the way the first. Kufoto akoye batasi MP. It batasi MP ni die. Osofo mafia na de mame. Na before no na e wo fa atagima enso koyima so na de no so bai koyima na de me ba first na osofo mafia ebebo mu che tip to osofo mafia de ne de ekoye say Jesus Christ oso na bof panyinfo na ba na Bible ne de ono oba de obehye ne ma na nso wanye den wan be yibie to osofo mafia ebehye ne ma to osofo na min shirawo na bo me no obehia personal ansana mako me got 30th March.
After the program,
Yo, Mafia, Yamin Shrapi, that's it. Okay, Yamin Shrap.
Idea of any boy Ghana community or land.
Yeah, that's it. Yo, Yamin Shrap, Mafia, ne friend. Penny for Hasi. Krobia.
Yes.
Chairman Yosin Abeka and Saw Hasi. Wabe join. I think that you were talking about 11 Asamoah. Now, Okase. We know it's in Pacho Koso. If you are now your coach, Chairman Yosin, I think we still got about 1.5 hours. And then we're here all the way till 11 o'clock. So we have more time. 18 o'clock. So we are now.
It's doctor. You're kind of say. Sabio, Sika, Virginia, a sinning Sabio, a Gianino, you're trying to chance him, edit you when you say. Would you get any no a male, not sabi in Safrimuno, I'll bet Safrimuno, and a baby one.
There be a
Giannimuno, you know what you are male. Now, the Safrin, I'll bet Safrino, and a baby. This is the kind of people that we are living with. Sika, my J. A fear good hour, my Ghana. It been 7 billion. And 7 billion acquire topic I say and bida. Now, doctor, MVP one more bam. Most of one carry bibia. Now, when was the last time I did be crab to parliament from medium Menifi and running to Nelson and medium Humbi? And I may be Hunamamu in Tinkaya for Imam de Mehuomo. But running to Sam Wabatamano. Me who say, ye dear idea be crab for parliament, Aqua ye. Akwakoye jejejejaba be do some than this particular year 11 year party. Aba we nkwa mreso na ye bibi eco parliament me fi se eya na nipa empe. Doctor, tika we ya ye me do me who say emfaso and campaso boso. But the question is, so the enwanu ne akwadidie no maya. See nya omo aka no so omo nko
there be a
you cannot I free o man ni mu no akodi amanfo botomu no. This is what Ghanaians want, accountability. And then Nana Akufo-Addo no kind of probably I'm not going there, I'm not corrupt, I'm not going and that's out of me you can be I'm not corrupt and you're corrupt because now you can't come out to tell Ghanaians and say you are not corrupt. You are corrupt. And the corruption, I did call the bush and the year money because I know almost the Ghana job at the left and right. Do you know say BTP a shop or almost to go to car and then Akufo-Addo ban or running? Do you know that? Do you know say DGIP you know or more a year the man Mahama or Muti airport no more yes or Mumfama you know
Sir Gabo Efre, so obey you one cram, so whole line at it into one see now between yourself here, Mr. Wara. Why? You, Miss Medas. Okay then. Chairman, we are highly on the e-levy issue. No? Yes. I mean, these are the options. Mr. Ochre-Befi claims that is either we're still going to benefit from the free education that Nana Akufo-Addo has brought to our children, and now then we can't pay the e-levy. Are they forcing this on our throats? And now do we have the choice?
We do not have the choice now because they are in power. The NPP is in power, and I'm glad that they are making these funny mistakes all the time. Mm-hmm. What Mr. Befi said makes no sense. But if we've got people like that making decisions for Ghana, Ghana, ya kechiripa, we say you coachiri more. Nyase bi anim nia Obama no kaino.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, the free SHS no, there was nothing to do with the e-levy.
Okay.
And then I said, the e-levy ever. So how does it link to free SHS? It does not make sense. That man must get out of the way, and we should get a proper replacement for him to support the NPP government. That is failing. We know, sir, it's failing all the time. This is dictatorship. They are dictating. He said, take it or no free SHS.
Chairman, I think the problem of the people is...
Yes.
Before you came in, Batisi was talking about the fact that the money is not being used appropriately as requested and are being taxed by the taxpayer.
Yes.
And so the money is being used for a different purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
The thing is, don't you believe in taxes, being taxed for country's development? Because these levy obviously is for the benefit of you and I. So
that's good news. To be quite honest with you, we want a government that will use our taxes sensibly and rightly and report to us. They have not reported to us. Mr. Domelevo, if I've got his name correct, the ex-Auditor General. See, I've got his name right. What did that man say? But the CMP was a witness. All of us Ghanaians are witnesses, both here in the UK, USA, everywhere. That man told, when the COVID came, that man said, look, make sure you account for all the monies you are receiving from international community correctly, because I am going to audit you.
Okay.
That's why the government have silenced him and dismissed him or sacked him and all that. Okay, so by checking government, even if it's 200 million pounds by in the name of COVID. Mr. Domelevo, the auditor, check Ghana government to make sure that you're using the money correctly for a purpose of COVID-19. But it didn't come that way. That's why they removed this man. They forced him to go on retirement. If you look at the age of Nane Akufo-Addo, Ghana with the 60 and now go retirement. It's going on about 80 or 78 or whatever. He's still there. It will be unfortunate some retirement. You see, we have to be very careful and cautious. But you put money here, you throw it. 11, it's a good idea, but it's for the wrong people.
What do you mean?
Yes, I mean that Ghana, you pay tax. You pay tax too much.
But now says Ghana, say they are the fufu be bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the fufu be bar. I can make them imagine and say, "Mummy, ma or mine, Emery, not woman good education."
To be honest, I don't have problem with it. I don't have any problem with it as long as for the purpose of which it's being taken.
Yes.
It will be used for such purpose. Good morning. Pacho, who is this, please?
Hello, doctor.
Oh, Krobia.
No, it's too much.
Oh,
hello, doctor.
Oh, yes, Sabatu. Sorry.
Good morning. I'm on to say.
Hold on 1 minute. My chairman online.
Yeah, I'll try to stress the point. Listen, the e-levy is a very good idea. But if you look at Ghana at the moment, you pay taxes too much. A lot of taxes you pay too much. And the Ghana government is misusing the taxes we pay. For instance, road tax, even before I was born, they were paying road taxes in Ghana. Go and look at Ghana roads.
Quarter license.
Quarter license. So it has still been there. They do not use that money to repair our roads. Roads in Ashanti region, Accra region, Central region, Western region. Me coin and say, I want to do these 4 regions. Roads, I say. Oh yeah, I won't say small boys.
From Atfata, yeah, from Pokuase. Pokuase to Isumu. Pat Kurase.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Minister Fashion all the time.
Oh, see, they are not. All I'm saying is that taxes no adoso. We are paying too many taxes. Even more than the United Kingdom, more than America. Then what are we doing? Roads now are not good. People are unemployed. We are not creating any environment for people to have jobs. The we are, what's the e-levy? So the e-levy pay tax on. So we send this car maybe you are classes here. But tax because e-levy complicated. I know. Nadia Jun Bonishan impetum new kofu I'm robber and Nadia. Which you know, Mama Coffee uses various means to get money.
Who's not year war? Department be our Ghana a PWD. One different part of one Juma way answer. One rope, maybe asano, not war repair.
Yeah, that's the public works department. Yeah, because they removed it. They removed it.
Okay.
Everything. Somebody said it when I was coming. I was reading the comments. Somebody was saying, said what happened in Nkrumah after Nkrumah. What happened? Isn't it? When Kwame Nkrumah was leaving, we had a railway station. We had a railway system.
Okay.
By this time, and Ghana be railways bow.
In the UK, you say if I want to travel to Birmingham and I don't feel like driving, I go on the train. 1 hour train.
Okay.
Let me do Coventry.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sabato, good morning.
Morning, Minion. I'm going to say. Good. Well, yeah, Ben, Ghana won't say me anaja. After they are two after, you know. And let me end where Mr. Ketiosi just finished up.
Okay.
About the E11, you know. Yami NDC for they said they are yakano. Maybe I see young for so. But young for so no sense to me now by no impasse. Why are we saying that? Because they have the numbers that we have in Parliament. If they can mobilize their numbers and pass it, we don't have any issue with that. Until then, dear, Obi Baba you book out numbers and so they want to use their executive powers to pass it. That's why, dear, and now they are a our Parliament. Now, yani a kata E11 na government target of 6.8 billion for a year. No, yani you say impu so party a nipa na o use mobile money no. That's better. It is our target. We now be our baby. First of all, we be there. Any amount other alternative.
I'm trying to get him back, but let's see. You want an E11 issue?
Yeah, that's an E11 Munjai. They should stop it. It is a good idea, but it's MP, but it's wrong. Nkrofuni Ghana for women to tax power. You tell more is another tax. Idea is good, but too much tax no. And yeah, I'm
the Mensaka. Sabato, what about
they should stop that.
Yeah, Dr.
So,
hello.
I can hear you. What about Pacho?
Yeah, sorry. Into the American say, Yasama other alternative say, acquire a bit me a fast when Jessica at the Abwa. Ama economy na cause we believe the capital government machinery. Nisika last year government now on Kasane budget there 2.5 billion Ghana cedis. This time budget, you know, abiding the 6 million account my 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. Yeni free say president who is saying call for what no. He need to set an example. On the budget and other thing ke last year then and I can call better so. When him say ya what ya who review up your own budget. Now won't accept won't expect others, you know, to reduce or more and on good leadership. If you are here come once and say that says tax exemption. One of the biggest idea MPP about because of party donors, party sponsors, or more or my body at the identity.
Okay, Sabato, hold on. Chairman Swap, so I comment 1 minute. Hold on.
To add to what you are saying, you know, something nice or simple. Your auditors, accountant general, your auditor general, this is Sabato, no concern. But let them do the simple thing for us. Render accounts, submit accounts to the people of Ghana for us to see what is going on. It is about your
okay, so
yeah, and you know, so said me twice or America say no na yaka tax exams no. I do time I said you cannot continue to give tax exams all in the name say amount for about the contract near the amount. But when you say most of them are party followers. Reduce say percentage I want the tax exam no. Try say we be raising up say you be tika kasa because a year be no doctor you lose almost $100 million US for only tax exams.
Wow,
due to
that's
one
a lot of money.
yes
That's a lot of money.
And you know and also no you can't say for when year day example if you want your cash say the Mr. Ketiosi can say auditor general report on the threat you say they can tell you a new say with the sense so no cry almost 30 billion went waste. Sikano yenim be a ewo and sana auditor general be report to say sika bia mess name say Sikano Mr. Ketiosi na na was so Mimi Abemaya or what studio where they would have MP. And I was what said, so doctor, and I was what so until let's go to them. Let's bring them, ask them questions. Sikano, a half an hour. Without a no pony, yes, I catch a by say, and put our potholes, you know. So what tries to seek a crack? Try to carry a cold waste, every other to men you have. When you have a little bit my day, Abuay. If you buy a kaye, Nana Kufad and Kasa lifestyle, luxurious lifestyle for all live. And hand jet, and the 2 kind, very huge amount. Now that's now we 2 kind. And yes, sir, I'm not going to tell you, NDC, we don't have a question of the president 2 kind. Yakwaya Pacha say, so I will say, your jet now, Hono. Shower the Muntu to me for 2 kind question. Fine. The be our high jet, no. Doctor, I'm in the swallow. Doctor, I'm in the swallow. You were 3,000 per hour, you were 5,000 per hour, you were 6,000 per hour. Nana Kufad, the Anna will use it, and I had the last. I was a honor. And to make us say, I know you be at 14,000, 15,000. And on our move go for. They always go for the expensive ones. And also the Yapata say, even 3,000 over to me at their core destination. 5,000 over to me at their core destination. But you look or minor who free move by the say, Musika Samote saying. And some who ye be away in the way. I don't know about such example. Ama others in the say, President Crampo, Mrs. and what ten normal be an oil eso. And to women now your alternative, ye dear go on no more, Ama by say, Sabai to me, yes, I know my way. And now find out about the poor as a yafwa. I want to crab buying to me wow mono. Our muyo transaction. 1, 2 be Emma family and friends, you know. And on I will say about the taxi. Yeah, they catch us a mobile, mobile money, you know. And you be a yard, so why we can would you show button.
Eba Sabato, ain't now can I say, Senka, a yadia or more dear to send ya or mine behind the county house, and up a social.
Saying,
Sabia, 11 other taxes no more generous and commodity, yes, send ya a set to send ya crew ha owns the taxes over the be.
Mobile, dear, you can say, a mobile, you know, a Sikabian could be this shady button.
You okay, but I see, because when I said the line,
when Tama Mikoye Kumasi Mayo, 1982.
Okay.
It's a community change me.
A year for yeah.
No, Rollins time, 82. Yep. When Nemana Wayo, first a Kumasi, one was Jiscan.
Right.
One budget me, or budget, who one budget scan, not one more ticket. So I make them. One budget me. Market hole,
right?
Or magic wing. A do chair, Mamma Chason. And you but you say, who's the canon? A quantity papa kubutum. What would the one bedroom was so? Nay, I can't only across sky a day. It means be 11 million a day. Now to Bacono. Now individuals to be on my own to his canon. Thank you for Bitimichi Wonyina. I made the woman Saturday Jacum Travuna Georgia Jacum. One Travuna Ibi.
Okay.
Sangrove Ecosystem.
Right. Chairman, I'm sorry, remember Sabato and Joe Hono. You want to say something?
Doctor, Mammy London, I'm saying network connected to consider. May London, Mammy Cafe. To say now, better CMPK. Yes, so this thing is still ongoing. A month for a buying to take it to what's over. They came and printed their own. No matter Tomo, their 10, and no matter buy their 5. No more this can show Mubutum. We will now, I know my way by Uber to me for ways and means. Because that road to ya, minister shall turn it down without any followed by law. No, causing financial loss to the state. This minister is still going on doing his own business. And to me, say now work taxes, you know, NDC by 2021. Yabua by no my pass taxes in the tax like covered levy. Or maybe anywhere covered levy apart from Ghana. Sanitating tax or maternity bola tax. Yabua by no Epla omudi biaka ho vat omudi biaka ho NHS omudi biaka ho ni na no ye bo aban no member we fit say there was 20% access for all the government institutions tertiary for to school for betu ani ade
Okay.
any government who require passport to na ne bo kosoro but to tell the doctor kan ye no who treat the tax we require na who the use of it any problem ye ni who ni say aban ne pesa yi levy to pass no one the sikana kwa kwaje contract or international word wa so yenye different income ntino mumma yefika because say I wouldn't mean name say ye koko esiawawa gas fine esiawawa extra esiawawa enti wo mo saadi we say so be kwakwa kwati awawa na say for omo dia disika aba be e dia call consume akwa akochedi when you are there ye ka say nya ade there ye be pene so after say ya mo other ways o metime dey afa so generate revenue. Doctor.
Okay, then have a good day. Bye.
Me one trick I was here. Of course, say city councils in the many say.
Hello. I'm Sir. I'm Santa Martin, a friend. Yeah, Pacho.
Obi wa uko kumasia. Ebi ni mo store na wawono. Utwa take it na why store na wabuye no.
Joe Pacho meba wo Joe okay Pacho meba sia
don't trick na me chene wo bisa no say store ni munyema no dey bu anso oye individual person enti no woni na say sika ni papa say 3 wo do nyema dey ku store na no awoton sa wo sika no enti nyame me ye ne say say wo wo gigi ticket no ekwa Besa about 30 minutes time to 1 hour time. I'm saying you are shockful. I want to obey you with you. For ticket, bra. For ticket, bra. And the one I want a mother chair.
Okay. Joe. Patrick, you so but
yeah, I think this e-levy had kind of exposed the paralysis of our leaders. Because you see,
yeah, Joe, but the people are telling you, sir, you wouldn't like to lose the free education system now. What do you about?
Forget about free education system because for me, I don't even believe that there is free education in Ghana. And even if it is, how good is it? I mean, there is a difference between having the best and then having something that is free, and it is even worse for you to go for the free thing. I mean, there has to be a line drawn between it because free education will be called about 6 months. One go school, the number of 50%, one drop out. It's not a free education. Let's face the fact. You have to bear the cost of.
Yeah, but Joe, if somebody gets pregnant, what has that got to do with the free education?
You see, the point is that in this country that we are all in. If people have jobs to do, they don't come to government to beg for money.
Right.
Jobs, they will educate their children. If you have a job, why can't you take your child to school? But then, my problem is that you look at the NDC. We don't want e-levy go to IMF. But you are telling Akufo-Addo to cut down his profligate expenditure. So if he cut down the profligate expenses now, what then do we do? What do we make out of it? NDC is not giving us clear indications. And look, without e-levy, we have resources that can manage the country. But they are telling us, stop the e-levy, go to IMF, go so that they put conditions on you. The condition that when you marry a woman, you have to allow someone to come and sleep with your woman before you sleep. That nonsense is what the NDC wants. The NDC is not giving us clear leadership. Opposed to that of the MPP, that look, we have resources, we have gold, we have diamond, we have oil, we have timber. And that without the e-levy, we can manage our resources without going to IMF for conditions, without going to World Bank for conditions. But they are saying you don't want e-levy, go to IMF, and we are poor. What kind of opposition is that? What kind of opposition is that?
It tells us that we have got the wrong opposition in parliament.
Yes.
That is what the problem is about.
Exactly.
Meaning, why you need parliament and you are outside. Party is not in parliament.
This is why we don't have to.
But those in parliament, look at what Mr. Keir Starmer is doing in British Parliament. That is what we call a valid opposition. But the opposition that is not opposing ideas and all that, no, it's a joke. So that is saying the NDC itself is not doing us a favor.
That's what Joey is saying.
Is not,
that's what Joey is saying.
Good. The problem is not NPP. The problem is NDC that has got almost, 137 representative in parliament, but they are weak in opposition. I don't know how you know. They are doing this favor for Ghana. Within 2 years, they think they also want to come and fight election and win. No, sir. Those of us outside know we are getting together. Election is going to be very different.
Na me who sisi ano say am the parliament ni sisi ano akwakwa say friends and family and student mate sajuma na wodi wo parliament sisi here because akwa we ba akwa say we hiti ba ni nyina eyekwa wo ba nwache dey yi nipa kakrem so nipa we wa ban ni mu no wo discuss at the end of the day no.
Okay, Joe, now you're speaking as a sympathizer for the CPP. What's the headway for CPP? We barely hear from them.
Hey, you got the stalwart here.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can I continue?
Yeah, continue, please.
Yeah, exactly my point now. I'm the Mr. Kitios and so we're making. The problem is not with Akufo-Addo. We know he's a monster we have created. That monster, it will bite us. The problem is what measures we are doing as opposition to keep that monster from biting us, from killing all of us. And that is what the NDC is not providing, that kind of opposition. NDC needs to give the country a direction because now we are lost in the forest. We are lost on focus. We are lost on everything. There is no governance. There is no leadership in Ghana now. Akufo-Addo is not people. Akufo-Addo had a childhood fantasy, and he is living that fantasy. He is not governing. He is not governing. He doesn't care. And that's what I'm saying there. If you're a Ghanaian living in the UK, living in America, living in Germany, wherever you hear this radio station, and you are here talking now, Akufo-Addo is a leader, you think like a dog. I'm telling you without any apology.
Words.
I'm coming.
Yeah, no. I think you would have to retract those words. Nobody talks like a dog. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll retract it, but let me further expand it for you to understand. Because in Germany, last two years, ekura fi ne bonim bedidi. Odibi no aye kesi. Nti oroko wura bon no ntimenfo. They have to stop traffic and everything for the animal service to come and push the crab back to its home.
I think I saw it. Yeah.
Yes. And if you appear, look at the number of people who have died. Look at election. Look at the number of people who died. And the president is having fantasies in the air. And you are there. You are praising such a president. Do you think like a human being? Let us put our political belonging and tribal bigotry aside and think about the country.
Okay.
Yeah, Doctor, what do you have? And yes, my break.
Yo, I'm saying Krobia sana babak. Pocho ma yente na kakra. Krobia.
Yeah.
Odo suko kakra. What's about Pocho?
Yeah, Doctor, my remind them all. Tuning service every so. Mon checking because.
Okay. All right.
But I say Liberia for Bimona or more Ajiafa.
Okay.
Yeah. Doctor.
Joe, hold on, my mind, Pocho. Yeah. Okay. I'm the Joe Onye. Sorry, Cobra or Joe Onye. Sorry. Maybe they winty. I couldn't hear of you anymore. Go on.
I mean, what I'm saying today, we were when the free education was promised.
Okay.
On the premise there, the e-levy be about to come and pay for this, and then also. The e-levy is not going categorically to fund the free SHS. And even if it is, the people are saying, we don't like it. Where in the world, in a democracy, I will govern on to the GN radio. You, Dr. Morton, is sitting there for the owners and the managers of GN radio.
Okay.
You go and do what you want. When the managers and the owners say, this is not how to go. And then you go and, where in the world do we see democracy like that? This is only a dictatorial governance. The people are saying we don't want it. So why then do you threaten them if you don't want free education? And I'm opposed to free education. So if I don't want to let you, what do you do? What are you going to tell me again? Then you will kill me.
I think what they're trying to say, I think they're talking in terms of priorities as to, you know, whether the country would welcome or would still be interested in being.
Listen, the priority in Ghana, our education system is not a priority. Let me tell you, our education system is bogus. If you want, let us have a debate on education in Ghana. Education of children poor, what education is that? Education of Western culture, education that does not teach us how to explore and exploit our own minerals. Education that does not give the children any handiwork. Nothing. It doesn't give you any skills. What kind of education is that? Into Obia political science, Obia marketing and supply, Obia purchasing and supply, what kind PR?
Right. So you have a problem with the education system. You don't see to have a headway academically.
That is why we always want people from Europe to come and be MPs and be president. What's your new certificate to be a president? Because your education is so bogus. Nothing. Why don't you always call on people to come and become MP? And then this is for the whole not Canada. What kind of life is that?
Okay, at least you expressed yourself a bit far. I'm saying, Krobia. Yeah, Krobia peso kasa and I'm say almost peso kakra. Batasi MP peso continue. Let's give him a chance. Yeah, Batasi.
Yeah, me point is pese Ghana e kosua. Na dia ba kwa me be tu Ghana fofo no say. Yenja travel politics. Eno no se yetimi jaya. Se bia me fi wenti no me support we oya de enye kra wonti menka sabe so tama ye won soja mu no me ye sergeant major se me commanding officer na brigade commander oya brigadier oya de me sa this is wrong sir and then just watch ni poach finish them
Debbie
fine and the yenja by for saying travel politics no na ye make sure say kwan ye be fa so ya o man no ye nananom ene na catch one me ba no e betima aba benefit bibi hwe me ka say na kwa me kroma wo free education in such a way say who do elementary school na nya common transfer what me fa e baby ti say bus company what me for baby ti say hasi emma enu na emma ye nso pempesu etim bedui de me so me papa ka baby amenya baby sa no anu me ma ba benya na aburo so it me kakra metimi akachire Ghana for say you make sure say travel politics no ye ntwam na ye build on mine no na adwuma ye betimi aya e betimi aboa ye ya on ba no betum se baby ti say ye ngwatamu ni efini na keka ho no ye betwa so ende kakra me wo kan no ende kakra metimi akachire Ghana for no enti mi wushim onyame boa next week Monday Tuesday, Friday, Mubehumi. I salute you, sir. Mima Obianso, Happy New Year. Because South Africa and Angola and Rwanda, Nomone, Congo, Mapa. Mubehumi from now going. May God bless everybody.
Yeah, probably I am. Yeah, doctor. One say you have a problem with this NDC and MPP in Parliament. Well, now your papa better see can be say this NDC and MPP no. I say omuni momo omoye schoolmates money are there and friends. Wow, inti I say the way omo managing no man no me blame NDC for no pa kesiye. Doctor, share World Bank. Sikana odima ye no your president Ghana your finance minister e be twantro e kire Ghana for sikana omodima ye no montimi ambe disclose sikana nyina but my question is say na NDC for no MPs no where were they nti se anka IMF for na kasa ama me ka the amount exact amount omodima Ghana for nti se anka omaye bukata wo ho no na mpo no ye hu no kure no. The question is Tikano and Kayano Wahin.
hwɛ kɔdi ɔpɔn kroma kasa yaa sama no nyama aban mu ɛno no akasa ne ministers yɛ sika krono ɔmo bɔ no where is kɔdi ɔpɔn kroma doctor hwɛ ɛkwan ɔmo di ɔman ne fast no ɛnyɛ yɛhwɛ ne yie na sabio ɛyɛ nkyirima ɛna ɔmo yɛ den ɔmo ha ɔmo yɛ ma no a yɛbɛwo ɔmo no ɛna yɛ ha ɔmo because the rate a tesia ɔman ne yɛdi nsa benkum ne nifa adididi no time MPP for ba ɔmo so NDC for no they are behind E11 no NDC for deɛ nsɛm na ɔmo ɛka mako bi na ɔmo timi ba out mpanyinfo na wo mu no ɛde asɛm na ɔmo ka nti E11 yintimi tuwa na mo kɛse bi me ehu sɛ ane ye be pass da bi ye pass na Ghana for ye nyae sa de we ya ye because ɛyɛ hadwen at the end of the day in some papa bi kra wo na wo se ka ye nka na akwakọ ye E11 enko na da bia ye debate in the country nti E11 nko ane ade a ehia ɛwɔ Ghana na because this year no discussion bia nye den eni ho for the past 2 months. It's all about E11. I didn't think that yintimi ehu se tebeboa yempase emwa yinjai. Na debia no eteki your attention. But doctor, unim bibi. Ghana wo hu. Ade a mehu ne se whenever Ghana for be omo extra margin so omo dream bibi foforo no. Na politicians we ya pekwanya na omo ayeden omo ede asesa enoma the tension e kosoro a ubense ne yeye won se na nse wo hu eyi abayiwe se wo se na etie bia oba da keka nsem bi but nsem na ye kan no I say you take it serious o bruni ensem no you take it serious inti e what you far other means bi na yetimi yeda yetimi di asem fi o but what you taking it serious because girl no say a crime was committed. What is that crime?
Okay, Krobia, sir, my member Jones. Jones, are you there? Hello, Jones. Oh, I think Joe. Uncle Joe. Yes, I'm there. Somebody else is trying to get through the line. And all of you are calling my line. If you want to bear with me, can I call Joe on the line and then I go back to him, Pocho?
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you, sir.
I am the prodigal son.
Nebio, I won't contain the line, and then they're not getting through. They're not getting through this. So if they don't get through, they come to me.
I will be the sacrificial lamb.
Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you, sir. Okay, all right. So let me get Joe and see. Yeah, Chairman, what is happening? E11.
E11, what I've said is that
E11.
it has become a controversial
Hello, Jones.
topic. And the best
Yes, sir. Please hold on the line 1 minute. Let me finish with Chairman.
E11 has become very controversial. The government must think through it. But the problem we have is that we haven't got a substantive opposition in parliament. That's why we are struggling.
Okay.
They can shelve this for another day, but not now. They are pushing because they are struggling. And if they are struggling in governance now, it's very dangerous for the Republic of Ghana. That's what we say.
Chairman, right now you can sit face, but I think it's gone. So, Chairman, it's okay. It will put you on the... Yes.
Joe, so this is what it means, that clearly the government is struggling. Near E11, no, but save NPP. NPP promises and they have not honored most of them. Do you understand? They have not honored most of the promises given to the people of Ghana. Right. So E11, it's not part of even the manifesto in the beginning. They just thought about some way of getting money, which is dangerous. Now, we shall forgive them for now. But in the nearest future, they will have to forgive us because MPP is going out of government anyway. We'll be on push on. Yeah. There's no military takeover. We don't talk that kind of language. Okay. But 2 years now, Akano, they are going to lose. They are going to lose. Yes, we only, yes, of course, we only have patience for MPP for now. Yeah, 2 years penaka. They must go. When they go, a proper government will come in place and do the right things. All the promises they gave to us, Dr. Morton, they have not honored them. Also, you give take credit to Paga railway lines. Take credit to Paga railway lines in their manifesto. If they were able to honor it, the Ghana will be in a better place now.
Okay.
They are struggling.
All right.
And Japan royalties, we are able training them. We will cancel it and keep the money in Ghana, not in Jersey. All
right, Segabo, stay on the line for me. 1 minute, Pacho. Jones,
okay.
Are you there, Jones? I'm here. Yes, go on, Jones. You're live on that. Sorry. The line is so jammed this morning. You have everybody calling left and right. I've got Darling Jones assisting me.
We love the station, sir.
Yes. Segabo, Pacho,
yes.
Jones.
I'll wait. I'll wait. I've all the patience in this world to wait.
Thank you. Jones, you're live on air.
Okay.
Thank you, and good morning to your listeners, Mr. Yosin, and also Segabo as well. So, quickly, I mean, in terms of, nobody wants to pay taxes. When it comes to tax, nobody wants to pay it. And I think we need to look at this whole approach holistically. The name has skipped my mind. He was a guy, I think he was a minister. He was on one of the radio stations and said that, the expenditure, Ghana's expenditure, doesn't add up. The amount of taxes collected doesn't add up. There's always a deficit of 30%, so which means that the government will have to borrow money. Now, with that said, this e-levy is targeting. They said it's targeting the informal sector. So the people that don't pay taxes, the people in the markets, the supermarkets, people on the roadside selling stuff, they try to use this to also get them to pay taxes. They're just trying to widen the tax nets in Ghana. Under normal circumstances, I don't think this is an issue. I don't think this will be a problem. But I think it's a good plan, but poorly executed. And the reason why I say this is because I think they need to factor in COVID and how a lot of people lost their businesses and how it has impacted the nation. So I think the government should have thought about that.
All right, now, Jones, let me ask you a very simple question. Now,
can I just finish,
Mr. Bethy, who is saying that we have two options. Either we decide to pay the e-levy, or then we scrap off the school fee, the free education system. How sensible does that sound to you? Or how foolish?
I would say it's utter nonsense, to be honest with you, because e-levy is not what's funding the free SHS. On a more serious note, look. If the government really want to tackle this issue, want to widen the tax net to bring in more income, I think they need to look at corruption. And I just want to point a couple of things out to you. So this was an article written by a woman called Mary Nwokolo for London School of Economics. And it's about the mining industry, the mining sector in Ghana. And she was saying that Ghana has advantage through taxation of corporations when it comes to mining. However, on the flip side, the country, Ghana, lost 2.2 billion in uncollected taxes alone in 2016. She further went on to say that there's been a lot of illegal gold exports to the UAE, which cost Ghana 5 billion. Okay,
that's a lot of money.
The president was very, very upset about this. So there are loopholes in the system, which I think if the government can deal with these loopholes, we'll be able to bring in the money that they're trying to get from this e-levy, not necessarily pushing this e-levy through down the throats of Ghanaians, because things are hard, things are difficult at this moment. Maybe a few years further down the line, then they might want to revisit this e-levy. But for now, dealing with corruption is number one. And our friend Idris always says that if just cuts across Africa, if they can deal with corruption, maybe 30% of corruption, this can really, really help. So for me, e-levy is not a bad idea, but I just think it's the wrong timing and it's been poorly executed.
Okay, thank you very much. Stay on the line. I've got Segabo. Segabo, good morning.
Morning, Dr. Morton.
How are you, sir?
Good. By His grace, I'm good.
You're live on air, please.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, the last speaker. Good morning, Battersea MP. Good morning, all Ghanaians who are listening to us.
Morning, sir.
Corruption, you can't corruption once. If a parole is a crowd by the Kunkumunipo, say corruption in Ghana.
Well, sir, we're not saying, sir, we agree with Rollins' killings.
Okay. You're putting in measures. You buy is a crown at Tama in the Munema Koso Tamahabo and the other places. And
now
there's people left say you say it's not cut it down near Macacao.
Right.
I won't court because of corruption in Yadi. So, but me say Deputy Finance Minister after Andy's in the former Deputy Finance Minister, Mr. Nassimo Court, and other people are almost on the court in Yadi, all because of this corruption. You're putting structures in place. We are making some effort as government. You think that there be a ordinary public expenditure or some banner category. But you can say because of this, party corruption, we always need to make internally generated funds here. Support you see, we cannot say Ghana beyond foreign aid by election from IMF to World Bank to IMF. We cannot continue to do this. The development of Ghana can no longer be the burden of a white man. Neither be a Bruni or so, but boy, me, yes, animal. Was he any to me, animal? Am I still on air?
Live on air.
Okay, yes. Or see it to me, animal. And the Indian CSC, you former President Mahama, on the video be an worker. Or see about Ghana, Ghana, you don't 30% it tax. The vast informal sector, Mr. Lawyer said, I see a good Ghana, when we did chief executive, landlords, and what done, and a whole work people don't pay tax. So, you levy yourself in the this is not a problem of the finance minister, and yet, operator Samo, and yet another Samo. It is a problem for all Ghanaians. If here's a car, it never run the economy. No, Mr. From 19, you caught one time cry. Ghana government, we sold the largest share in AGC to the whole group of companies. I didn't know. What are not going to put in this? You know, now you can't say I comprehend a member. So, was it time beyond you be here, see, kind of run the economy? And they cried the idea of my West Internet. Okay? We live in a global world. Obi what Timmy Chrome Sacrano, when my dear cost landing because of Internet. I could be over here in Investor Ghana. No? He wants a certain lifestyle because of who so the cars in London, the cars, you know, our apartment or car or job, he earns this. Obi what the baby who cost baby out. This issue of globalization, people's taste has changed. Ghanaians, the taste has suffered. The behavior, Obia per material things. Yes, of course, why not? Obia per the papa. PSS, yeah, how do you sustain the PSS? Sir, and yes, sir, you tax win the cost support to cry. We have Ghana for school every year. Millions of Ghanaians or thousands of Ghanaians will school every year. How do you expand the economy, housing, roads, money? The yield levy is not a burden of another. It's not MPP government. It's a burden for all Ghanaians. It's about time we stop the unnecessary argument and support it. Find a reasonable way of meeting the majority. Not who said it may be 1.75 to 1.5. It is 1% here. It's not a burden of another. And yet a burden of MPP. Ghana for you, Sudi. See, say it me genetiska. See, you never call IMF for dear. You call her all the sciences in the back.
Yeah, but Sir Gabu, this is very important. Yeah, I mean, personally, want to say.
Go ahead.
Now, the people's problem is actually the e-levy, you know. So they are. Are we saying Mr. Otribefi is forcing this idea on our in our throat, and I say we don't have an option between the e-levy and a free education system?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, go on. You're live on it again, please.
No, I mean, I was listening to his Gabo talk, and you know, with all due respect to him, I don't think he grasped what I was trying to explain here. I don't think it was right. It is right to you know, give an ultimatum to say either free SHS or e-levy. It doesn't make sense because, you know, free SHS was started before this e-levy tax came into effect, or the policy was drawn up. And secondly, as I've been saying, there are other avenues that I think the government can really look at to try and, you know, sort out the deficit when it comes to Ghana's expenditure. I don't think this is going to cut it. Look, I get it. I understand the need to widen the tax net. I understand to also target the informal sector because this has been a problem. And we're going to get to this point, as you know, someday, because the economy cannot be run on in deficit. You can't even run. You can't run a business, you know, in deficit for how long? So the idea to target the informal sector, I get it, but I just think that, you know, post-COVID, I think it was too soon to introduce this e-levy. I think it was way too soon. And,
Okay.
you know, for anybody to
now.
come out,
This is the government's cry. The government is considering or think that, you know, we can't give free education, whereas we still not going to take e-levy. The government doesn't seem to have any choice. Then that's how I see it, you know, from my perspective.
But then, Dr. Morton, what has been the rhetoric has been this e-levy will be used to build roads. Isn't that the rhetoric? So is the government saying that the money that will be gained from the e-levy will be enough to fund free SHS and also build roads? I don't think that's possible. And I think, you know, I think the lack of education from government, I think this is a major factor in this as well. 1 minute somebody's saying this, the next minute somebody's saying something else, and then finally you get an ultimatum. You've got people celebrating with cake. You know, it's not a joke. This is serious. This will have impact on a lot of people's lives, and I think either they speak from the same hymn book, or they just give, you know, or they keep misleading people. And then obviously this is going to keep people getting angry and, you know, frustrated at how this whole policy has been looked at.
Yeah, Jones, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm still here.
Say Gabu.
Yes. Besides e-levy, we always need a new form of taxes to run the economy. We are not saying that we need the e-levy because if you don't pay e-levy, you're not going to have PHS. Nobody's saying that. We started running PHS long before e-levy. But what we are saying is that if we have the e-levy, it will also help us to run the PHS much better. Besides the e-levy, we shall need another form of taxes to run the economy. If another government has been quite innovative to generate internal sources of income to run the economy, we should be clapping for the government. We should not be there to always resist. We must support the government to do this. Now, let me say this. I'm a private meeting stadium. I was very disappointed. Your comments you make here. Dr. Morton.
Yes, sir.
Don't me, you know I show. Program you know too.
Itipa.
I don't do Timmy Cassett. Who said I former president Kopo at the wheelchair. Naka or Hoshenka will be quite busy. Naka or head of the far.
What is say no make say no dear say human nature. And you be it's dear. I mean, he admits that we all going to get there. I made him understand anyway.
Also, do have a couple of power. You never bumpire think I would 80 years, 90 years. You get the rich and make a yanam. Yanam took your motion. I don't know. Catching out to Coma will make a debate about your country's economy. No, former president. Or the weekend, say, are you happy? Somebody at his age. Are you happy, bro? What's that compare Nanado said? Nanado, Waberman platform. We should dog be near. What is that? What mean you do?
But and say we did not allow that. At least and he retracted his statement. What he has seen to a sign. Say one say and he was proud he said that. Until I know the me to change na call there so be pacho.
Because the mechanics o mind Ghana na ho. You need me dosopa. But buying the tax to be aba. There's the opposition for almost years here. Almost say the ensumra. At the 1.75. We'll see Adnan Wash. Fair number penny. They say hotel is a more jetty year. And there's no way forward. Yet the Ghana want to bat about, but in 17.5%. 17.5%. Sasano, almost cash and these boy arguments say, oh, time of tax, the canons of taxation, and yet, Krube is still a taxation here by airfare. Coming, and government in any country has imposed any taxes on airfare mango. Coming, some then I go for one form. And I make us say, beyond yield, we shall need innovative way of getting taxes from the Ghanaian people to run the Ghanaian economy. So, and before, we are not saying that. Okay, Mati.
That's what we're saying. All right, Segabo, we have 2 minutes, and I mean, pick you and welcome.
We have the economy.
Okay.
Hey, Joe,
Segabo has made comments, so it's better I come on. Even if I come on after that, I don't. What say, and saying forecast and we say, the paying to Chilan Crary Nanka, you can anchor for Okahubi, and Amibwa. That is to say, there's a more permanent Jimina for Mutigena paying in Canada. May a cage you for paying so come. I would want to be 80 years, but I wouldn't want to be an 80-year-old fool. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Come on. Wouldn't Tony Blair? So wouldn't Tony Blair?
Yeah, I know Tony Blair.
Say Boris Johnson be the man now can on one party labor and think we criticize him. What yes. Because on person being 80 years or better now reach him, not a breaking local war, not only me for reach into the Catania.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about inconvenience. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine. ABR said Gabo didn't get you.
Nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is,
all right. I think that I'm understanding you now, Matthias.
But you see, say Gabo. Excuse my language. With all the enlightenment on us, he's speaking and he's acting like a hypocrite and a coward.
No, I think that he did not understand. I equally did not understand you.
No, I'm coming. This is even different. Segabo was in the UK here. When Akufo-Addo and all the people resisted the ESLA and all the taxes Mahama brought. He was here supporting MPP. Now he's talking like KJPR MPP spokesperson. And then the young support says, what a hypocrite and a coward he is. He's my father, but I'll tell him, I will not be in this country. If your father is a fool, you tell him he's a fool. He is a coward. Segabo is a hypocrite. I'm not counting on minor question. These are the people. You MPP, when they were opposing every tax the NDC was bringing, you sat here. You defended MPP. And then and Mahamadi. About bigotry. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, Segabo.
Yeah, doctor.
Oh yes, Krobia.
Oh,
My main
one fair to me, to be honest.
Enyamio, enyano nipa wall line no mo ye be 30 at a stretch. Enyami kra. Oh, Krobia, mamo kasa kakra. We are samba bi say we Sabato. Sabato hold on. My main first Sabato me we am about Krobia. What are my Mr.
Oh, my judge na so ache na dodo.
Okay, what do you we na me we am first Sabato. Sabato na so wa me pacho. Yeah, Krobia koswe.
Yeah, doctor. My main can asemo a Joe e conclude ye no. Doctor, ye woman panyini kofo Ghana for ne admire papa we pa. Ye tuaba 2021 and 2020. Yes. How many people eno mulusu omo life ye mining?
Well, nipa be 9, yeah.
Ebe pim enne ameno ka say o man panyini dada kofo wetimi aba out etimi aba ba condemn sa ade no kwesi ye no ana.
Do you expect him to do that? Make him say Akufo-Addo. Say bia utumi ka Akufo ya semnana, Nkrumah semnana.
He is an ex-president. Ghana oman no wa be president da. Nti se no ma bi asi na nkoyi a ono so utumi eba out no baba be kasa. Eba condemn the act no. The president ama me kasa. Ye former president anti mama me kasa. Say Mahama so we former president. Sadia no wa mama me kasa won.
Kasa yeah.
Nti why was Kufo sitting there? Nti say Joe kasa say na de o say am former no mukuma mu o mo so mo wabusia. Nti say abusia we sorry mo kuminipa na mo so e violence na eba. Eno na Joe kire say sa asem ni si a o mampanyini be bia wadru no wo na amafo be dwane but wo bia wontimi nwane. Nti anya atep na Joe ye den odidi no. But no kwa
okay. All right.
Ye nyankrofo sabe ya no mo tie say ena mitimi gina ho ka say MPP communicators o mo kokoton radio so mo ni asem bia o mba beka because ye Mr. say ya FSHS no sika san yedi wura FSHS every year ena sa 11 so mo gene sika san yedi nti Ghana for ye mfa ntoto ho na ye hu say
okay
sika no ya je nye esoso efin we corruption or no, we can't send this corruption. Akufo-Addo making appetite for corruption. Let's be honest to ourselves. Let's be honest. Near hypocrisy, no joke. Coming out, you know, so the other come your experience, no maybe blue. Your experience, you're transparent. And you're saying, I no, because you that you come in defense. When it is NDC, you condemn. You not sign on MY.
That's it, Robia. I'm sure. Sabato.
Doctor.
Ajemu Uche.
Well, Doctor, my main say free SHS have not got anything to do with the levy.
Okay.
Free SHS, no,
na adentina Moche Befi kase we need one of those options.
Say Uko Ghana, those who can read, those who know better, no, they cannot. That's why we are where we are today. Because clearly, not as much as MP Kano, and Yadia, and then Ageneko. Yama, dear, again, I'll be bringing him. And to walk no, I got 2 foot money. And looking at a man, a car, but your oil revenue, and your sponsor, your free SHS. Doctor. A budget 2022 at that parliament, yeah. And when we got through SHS, since I started funding from 2017, you have got 7.8 billion Ghana cedis.
Wow.
5 years in you have got 7.8 billion Ghana cedis. And clearly, 10 billion for your young and yeah, free SHS, and the GSC now, Ghana, that be no credit. Ebi emuso a wasa amanfo hwe ne say emere a ne nua be ma MPPD ba ya no wo kasa yi say tago say kango ba ya okay doctor under the NDC ane wo IMF program ase no and they discover 2 oil field eya na amanfo every say oil field no na eya ba ko pa kofo discover man ye the late Mert and Mahama administration we cover me no can ho and Ghana ye oil for the 3 na Akufo-Addo ba ye one try mpo so obey invest was that place or atimi discover the academy ye one ho clearly no so no oil no nya so we ya na be oil you need to invest and send atimi aba be oil nini na no ne wo IMF program ase and ye discover ye ya wo IMF program ase and ye atimi disi tabinatre na Ghana for ye twa bu kwesi o airport so ma Ghana for yeah, Kamale, airport to the standard. Yeah, koye bi wo wa. Yeah, so why Kumasi phase 1 and 2 to the level that and anajuna place to me to Kumasi. Maybe now under the program of IMF and I'm a doctor.
No.
Okay, the academy interchanges are yeah. Say Kaswa, say Dubai. Your procreation interchange. Meaning now long we were under the program of IMF. And this is so far a hono crampona. Muamoba yana mo say Muni IMF ya buy the last money IMF no sujo a doctor ya call no sika or modema no. Now 913 million for 5 years program. 913 million or man kukura maya bakopo. Na omuti ama ye kakra the last bit no MPP aban na buy no obedi sika no Dr. Comedy buy IMF koya o mama mu 1 billion na e trade ye call IMF program kwaje ye no o ma say the 1 billion na ka kam ho 2 billion the World Bank kra be ka ye 430 million na no mpo nyamba ye ansa na mama dia ye ja ye 250 million Ghana cedis. And on how they started someone they cover the whole bank first. Now, who buy among money IMF program, I say. Oh, yeah, Yama Trefel. Yeah, a trouble gas. You're spending almost $1 billion. And then one of the chase come here. Yeah, energy crisis, I know we managed to solve it and find the anything in there. American power and Ababe Ghana property. Mobile money IMF say. When all this is key, when next you know my father this year 244 billion Ghana cedis, and the Akaya Kahome 344. Mon country,
right, Salvato, Mami saw a very simple question. Ain't you know, let's say the e-levy, has come to stay, and Ezebia Ghanaians has actually agreed with it, say Umbitia. Hopefully, if you come in power, are you saying you're still going to get it running? And I say, you.
Well, the people be braka sa vata na na do mo demonstration a all kono she t-shirt ye point roof ram to my company. A nipa kura wu ye ni na chi na. O anu aba be ye president and the vata no cry rate no kosora. Efra na o mo kan mo asem energy sector levy. A mo kan mo asem na ende da so wo a generate sika. Enti ya man for say yi levy no ye bakra anya de e betum but during the demonstration, General Secretary, General Sedunketia make it clear, say ample on any worst scenario, I'm going to pass it, you live in NDC, yeah, power within 100 days, yeah, abolish it, I'm an effort. We are there, canon, it's a public document, and I said, Dunketia, so in Yenipabia, or Yenipaketwa, or NDC, ma, wouldn't be a war orca. And you are making it clear, and plus our mind of party will come back now, yet to be abolished when the power become available for us.
Okay.
When I be I was say, you debate who are obitia manonia, who accountability ecoso. Now what it has encourage this yentia Abanya, Dr. Sikaya make a catcher with now banning Samu. When to me and find your shape. Hospital promises are ambasso. School promises are ambasso. Road, a year of road are ambasso. And you may be now person a side came my no side the coye. And then we do what I say because I say you're a debt fund. I could see our and looking at the development our visit and coso. You're the Condia. They are so you're the could see our. I agree. After you can't almost say you loosen taxes, no. Omo de no so akwa kosi awa when you see akwa the next government John Dramani Mahama be in 2025 no. You have difficulties because you know what you see our 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. This is where we are as our mind. But yet so we are MPP in our Chamanonia. You don't see anything wrong with that. I know we cry and yet to be energy crisis. And the American, no, yet your career, they call Kumasi. You kill American, and the Moody Kumasi. Doctor, I must see a more excess capacity of 2005. And you know the remaining of that excess capacity. And the ACA 800. Because I buy when you where your energy settle. And see about now reserve for 800, no, and also within a year,
let me know who's on the line. Who's this?
Masaba, doctor.
Krobia. Masaba to land
here. I need deficit to be. And you know, I just be the taxes in the doctor, my ultimate, taxes in the Iranian or mine. But they make sure they make use of it. Not like Yana, or consumption, chop. And we, but maybe who say you live in and then acquire all the medication of sickness. Say Utia we are a levy, or say we are a levy. One nine a levy, Usisi ye levy has come to cure all the sickness. We are here, Yate. Do one of Mona says Parliament would to be for so double pass it out. You know who how you live, you know, ever to be a day. And the baby stay.
All right.
Me aboa ma sa infrastructure na aboka no maka. Just say, nipa bi o one man no kra no momka. Because we have budget statement that na you live if you can o ma tell wo mu dadawo. Go and check. Study o mo kan no abonte no sa sa na tell wo budget no ma. So the metre na. Enyo sa na tell. Clearly no ye hu ni say abaye pese ye di tumi ya pass no parliament a. Original so the quality loan for every 10 years.
Sabato. Me pato fasi abebi mal na me for you.
We are MPP here. You need to be ashamed of yourself when it comes to this kind of taxes issue. Why did they abaya doctor? Why did you say to carry a bobo so in Nama? No accountability. Now cultural say you live in Obedia, Otiamanone, and I will support you. Is that how they do it in this country?
That is their choice. Thank you very much. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, doctor.
Yes, sir.
$2 billion. What they call your Ghana cedis no. So unim senior etie.
Oh yeah, that's a huge amount of money.
Very huge amount of money. And I think that money maybe it will be more than ABR the 7 you can have.
Okay.
But the question is, doctor, you can't be prepared Ghana. Look, most say IMF because it comes with conditions, right? Conditions no ebano epic. During a pandemic, IMF etmami sikase ne sabe to ekano. Ghana rejected the money because IMF ana. But that amount of money, you know, let me say a dear and I dear. A dear human yet me dear. Doctor, but Monica is infant show. Yeah, your mania, Ghana discrimination. You're on top.
Sir.
You're on top. Monica is infant show.
What are we discriminating?
They can't wait without fear and favor. Okay? Say, over your southern side, I won't recognize the northern part. I'm from south, but I'm telling you the truth. That's the reality. Sir, I'm telling you, sir, a Kufuor has been the useless government Ghana has ever experienced. It's useless.
Oh, sir.
Useless. If there is any word I can use more than useless, I can make use to the useless government Ghana has ever experienced. Their performance is too abysmal, but we have people in support of this government because we are Santini or is from Akan. My main country, Ghana, Let me just say, normal Mahama project infrastructures are Ghana. It put Mahama a year or Ghana. Government Ben. Or 40 million.
From the history of Kwame Nkrumah address to be seen now. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about
recent politics.
Running spended almost 20 years, right? Kufuor spended 8 years. Mahama with the vice president, and then you find it 8 years. But no 4 years, you had the difference at Ghana, and then I just hope to be America or by I was Ghana assistant within some
TD Jakes.
Jemisa said.
TD Jakes.
Jemisa said, no man or Obe through Kutukano or Belland, you Misa no say, no Kufa no Casaman Luciana.
Abia is observed it from a distance, and I say, oh,
Papa, no one can announce me and Bessie, no beconus, so in Yamini Pompen because Obe the jeans who I am the Becca, and when you are saying no, Cano, you bet your Beco, you bet your Beco, doctor, the mechanic says. Car or man with a car abono, but wrong. Sabi, if you are saying, Ube here with your papa bit me, Joe.
Oh, okay, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
See, the problem that confronts us as a nation is a serious one.
Right.
Aside the leadership crisis now, we are racing against dishonest old people.
Okay.
People you call your father, and they have no moral rights, and they have no moral integrity. Say, look, I need to preserve my age. I need to preserve where I've come from and all that, to kind of be honest. And that is what confronts us and as a nation. And as young people, and as me as a young person, I will not sit down there in the name of a certain fake respect. I will sit down there for you to ruin my future. Because for mine, idea. And it's a paying this type of paying because I'm paying him one of the years of mine. Say, I have no customer power. That penny you came and you said, Jimmy Bow, our Jimmy, also time. Now we are in the era of enlightenment. And we will not be intimidated by age, we will not be intimidated by position. You understand?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they will die before me. They will die before me. So why do I have to sit down there in the name of Menka say for President Kufuor me Paucho not they're not so no do some funny and say. So anyone who doesn't understand it, you can go and bend the lagoon or the sea. Because we are not going to sit down there. When people come on radio, they have lived in UK. I have lived in UK at least this is my 11th year. So if people have lived 20, 30, 25 years in the UK and they still go about being partisan, being tribalistic, being all that kind of thing, it is a very big issue. It's just a nimpan a Kruma or better and
No, Joe, hold it. You see, what we're talking is nobody's stopping you from, expressing your views or what you make of Ghanaian leaders.
But when you talk about certain people and certain people feel
no, nobody's stopping you. No,
let me tell you something.
No, I think you're swaying from what you thought.
You are a journalist. And the anger I have with the MPP and for himself, with Jahan Mekache, go to Christia. I can give you numbers of even MPP for 2002. The first local government minister, whatever. He said, as far as MPP is in power, Christia will be a ghost town. Only because they shot somebody. You have not seen anything. Such a criminal man sitting down and he would die a miserable death. And I'm saying it on air. Sometimes when people, we think some people are angels, we should worship them. Would be rolling at them? Would be Kwame Nkrumah?
Yeah, but Joe, you are not saying two wrongs are making right. So I
do not condone the politics of insults and all that. I don't entertain myself in that. But I will also not be silent by the issue of we need time. We need 8 years. We need 8 years. No, I'm more brand. Sana muka aku fari wa mobro so ne papa dan na wati mo ba Ghana no we be yes that so nine me see now Ghana, people are asking about all the when you see that papa if you can't do a mobra, Muhammad they pepe in John Mobra, a couple of mobra, we should papa down and not see. So who the Ghana and papa down to regular one mobra, a couple of your mobra. And yet, you know, your baby, but we were brassing the young now, the answer so what you are something young now, because
what
anyway, made us for opportunity.
All right, what you go and drink some water. Right, Krobia.
Yeah.
I'm saying Joe is a bit.
About no, doctor.
No, you see what? Hold on. Now, Joe don't understand this. We don't have any problem when he's sharing his views about how he sees Ghanaian leaders and politicians. But then, and sometimes, no, we look at the magnitude of your anger. You don't take things personal. There are a lot of people. May I sure say there are a lot of people who are listening to Class and Kwan guy, and all that. They believe all he's saying is true about Ghanaian leaders, but they don't support the insults behind it. That's all we're saying. And so, we have about 20 minutes to go anyway. Now, you're fancy here. But one day, my Jew on pins you been on none and Casa. All right, yeah.
Costa. Inti, your mechanic say, your mania, you're free of home mind back. Inti, Sabio, so we need party be crying, not a party in one home ordinary. What's the wedding? What's supporting? So,
Obi friend, you sure says a gabu, Kabi, we are not going to swab a crampacho. Why?
Yeah, inti, yeah, can I say, one of one, yeah, southern parts, no, and yeah, you move to. Because near Echo no, I wear not 90. Doctor, and then your airport is one of the beautiful airports in Africa. Hello?
I am no crap.
Yeah, a normal, if you end this, your moment first too. Oman catch on Bayer, Temna trio. Oman catch on Bayer, Kajitia market you. Oman catch on Bayer, Kwan and Kuma.
Hello, Dr. Morton.
Oh, yes, Gabu.
I'm saying, Joe, he doesn't know me at all. Me a very pleasant person.
Oh, I know you very well. And I make a say.
I won't probably say,
I think, sir, if you were listening to me, I was making him understand, sir.
Yes.
Nobody has any problem with him addressing his concerns.
Yes.
But all I did in a banana. That's a right. So we're not saying, sir, we don't have any problem with him addressing some of the concerns of our Ghanaian politicians. Obviously, we know, sir, some of them are not doing the right thing. But also, there's ways to go about it. And now, sir, Sabi, if we are all come by wheelchair, we feel it's not very pertinent to a political program. But you see, and no, it is life where we're all going to get there.
I'll tell you the truth. I know so occurs in Augustins. One of the top Catholic schools in Ghana. I went to Pugwai. One of the schools they call top schools. I do not expect these words come from you. I don't expect that you to speak this. So to me, for reasons you can say, I don't bosom. Me what's the matter? I will never say this. Never. Language.
But on the other hand, on the words you use, answer now because
shows your character.
On the other hand, on the other hand, say what you say. Other political leaders, they are also being lambasted in a way which, in your sense, and I don't think that you would have agreed. Sabi, we've been friend Muhammad say.
What about exam the bro? What's up article?
Maybe out, yeah.
But if you come the word Jesus Christ was he pray for your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. Say yes, you can't say no. What's the yes you see? The word you use is an extension of your character. Maybe Jan Kwan that the American trading como and the West will be used here. So by reading was not be used to West, me can't be that. Me catch up Muhammad Muhammad me can't be that.
No problem, let's say.
You would be incompetent. Because if you're incompetent,
maybe I will assess it. But over. But so him say,
I will never do that.
So when him say, Gabu. what I'm saying is that when him say
Yes.
somebody else
Yes.
should do it. It be I won't count, but somebody else.
Who's up? Another President Muhammad now, Crano. One can't check Ghana for say, Nana do Nipem, Nana do Otia, Chemunina, Ubuntu. President Muhammad can't answer me. No, my goodness, President Muhammad, you are saying this? And now, what has Robert Mamma winning election? He loves election. They are very posh when it comes to the use of words. Means I get grasses. They may be posh when it comes to the use of words. And very pleasant. I want to be using that words with Maybe now for come one day, if you think I want to be so what? Mr. Crashes a crown, Kentucky Win Village. Me can above a year, me coming to be what time tell me can I say? Miss a gabo, me be Jerry Zaka will be as a bosom. What? You go for school, posh school, what? Make a cast hours. I was told by 20 year denominate go, make a cast hours. Ah, Joe Croma, you want to send Augustus? Cast a pin outside, cast a pin. It's not worthy of you. John Kruma, stop this. It is not worthy of you, John Kruma. You live in London. Western times I can't take this. Catching you what about Ghana radio so make what to push. What's the name of the who is talk?
All right. What do you pay so?
How was the full
I think that we have to times down. And Pacho will be afraid we know so. Let me see who's on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So my name Pacho.
And someone.
Krobia, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
doctor. I would say your program no. At the later part, I would say there is a diversion. I say in some we are trying to divert from the topic.
What I'm going to do for you now is I think when we go back to our local dialects now, it appears to be too aggressive. So I'm going to get all of you to speak English. And then, yes, for you, the program's manager. Oh,
hello. Hello, Doc, what do you mean?
It's all Kappa.
It's even funny.
Yeah, Joe. Now I'm going to bring Ken to the studio because anybody who use misappropriation of words, I'm going to cane you 4 lashes. And see, Krobia, you're liable. When you finish, Joe, hold on. Krobia, finish, and let me pick you, and let me see who is on the. Go on.
Yeah, doctor. Share. Ubie ni ho obeye na adwen se ubedi dipanyimu atemo. Ubie ni ho. Sabe, Ghana, we know our culture.
Yeah, I'm a dress program friendly. No, is that how nasty it's getting?
Well, we are trained there. Your culture, money, you need dipanyimu atem into your nature. See, be dipanyimu atem. But let me say, and now what is going on? When there is propagation, it is where all these insults comes in. Because we are papa kura na se woba we share ebufuo one day woba no be react on ebufuo no a wo share no. Dr. Meboa, hwe enipre a yempanyifo no adi ekomu no, the youth no has come to realize that there is nothing that we can do because every kasa yes law na ye nje ni okojina ne baby anu true because they can't some papa say when they hear you they don't do it, but when they send the message through insult they hear the word and then they come back.
That is what it appears from Glass.
Now that
Kelvin Taylor to all these.
And now, and Kelvin Taylor can't say the next day, Doctor, President Eti, Ministers Eti, a cocoa do Parliament. But Sanka Kelvin Taylor, and I could be our kind of funny, yet can we could be and say, oh, no insult to her. I did better know better than us, some local will be at it. It is now the youth has realized that the only message that our leaders here is to insult them.
I don't think that is the best. Well, that's how
it is not. It is not.
That is how it appears.
I know it is not. But now that is how the we are not going to insult anybody. But we are the kind of crano send here. But when we say now we need to about Konakasano, we see who we see what you say nonsense or foolish. But nonsense and foolish, ɛyɛ brɔfo what kind of deɛ ɛsɛ o ɛho no ɛnyɛ yi but what the problem is me kasa mu a sɛ nyansa nim anaasɛ ɛyɛ nkwasi asɛm
na me kasa Beth ɔkyerɛ Beth
na wo bisa sɛ ɛyɛ nkwasi ɛyɛ nonsense anaasɛ ɛyɛ
foolish some of the words is silly nominate all that na ɛnyɛ insult
stupid yeah.
Now, because the word say be or say either say you get the free education and now say you take the E-level, you know, would your perspective seeing it is it foolish and not sensible? What do you say? Anyway, what do you land it? I think that when we speak, when we do strictly English on the breakfast show, it'll keep down all these very emotional words.
But what you platform and you be asking about your camera. So that is another thing that you need to consider because obi the battle and you be on the camera for so you know not all of us.
Okay, what do you Mamin Lande me pacho obi frɛ line so krobia facia pacho na wakasa kakra na full before yeah Joe. I hope Joe is back to clarify issues. But Pacho, let's calm down the time. I mean, you get on very well with Segabo, but some of the things, you know, it's just misunderstandings. What do you see? And then the country, the hard times in our country, we have families back home and emotions and the fact that things are very difficult for us. So, my Pacho.
Segabo was talking about the fact that program and if you have seen me and answer if you have noticed that I'm not a hypocrite and I'm not.
No, all he's trying to say is the way he looks at you, you look like a well-learned person. And so he hardly expects these words from you.
Yeah, I went to St. Augustine's School. Yes. Yeah, the only American college in Ghana. You can't compare. And then you can't. You want to for work in Augustine. Don't go there. And I was well taught. You see, you can't Kwame Nkrumah your bosom, Kwame Nkrumah your bosom bunny at your harmony at the body. You see, and that is why I refer to Segabo with all due respect or a hypocrite. You see, the fact that we say Gabo,
yeah, but Joe, say who hear me? Listen, 1 minute, Joe, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. What will say or can say or no say Gabo will not use such harsh and inappropriate words for Mahamano. I told him, say. He might not, but there might be some people who would use these words. And so Joe, for example, could be almost he retaliates the fact that some people use harsh words for even Nkrumah, President Nkrumah, the ex-president gone, dead, gone, and Nkrumah. No. You know, so or no say Gabon. So the game is dirty. Anyway, who's this? Mapacho, who's this again?
It's Felix, Dr. Morton.
Oh, hi, Felix. You come at the latter part of the show. Give me a minute. Let Joe land and let me pick you, and then we call off the program for today.
And so we can say Rollins in your Ghana and then your insult. We can say Kwame Nkrumah bosom and your insult, but we can say Akupo that done bosom here, so your insult. I will not apologize today, neither would I apologize tomorrow. If that takes that pride away, say, me feel gas and here. Yet, be a brand new home. So, Abodam ni Abronia, Abodam ni friend saying, Kumasi chairman, Asante Regional chairman. Mention me, I mention Abodam or gas. I like it because young now, Emma obedient on your target. You see, the whole point of
Pacho, make it snappy. May your last call I non Kasai. Make it snappy for me, please.
Yeah, me. I have nothing personal against you, and I respect myself. I have a kid. I want to be a proper father. And you see, I never come to here because my mom been back in UK for 20 years. Mr. Sam back in Ghana. I enjoy the true African nature. I enjoy the account Africa. They will be here Africa. That you are blessed. Do you know the African continent is even bigger than almost the rest of the continent? Yes, what do we gain? And not a person but young man in the name of said oh na me pacho na said would be a teacher of food plane in here power chana nkeja yen kabio Segabo say nti na me forgot then the Segabo wetin mekan tell me yen na makupo na mekan so say bosom.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Thank you. All right, Felix, you're live on air.
Right, simple. For those who think that the e-levy is a good tax, they are free. They can make their details available to the government and pay it.
But look at the options now.
No. What do you think are the? Okay, go ahead. You go ahead.
So from what Mr. Befi is saying is that if we want to enjoy the free education system, that is already foggy as far as I'm concerned. We've got the double track system, not as the man had promised, but this is how it's gotten to a stage where we have to do things like double track and all that. Should we have the e-levy rather than paying school fees?
Why doesn't he himself? He should ask himself, should we have a country like Ghana? Should we have over 125 ministers of state and a president driving around in a motorcade of over 50 cars, worth no less than $100,000 per car? Does he ask himself those questions?
Well, you see, the whole
hold on. If you have 125 ministers, then you are posting 0.4% GDP growth rate, right? That's not a government that should be trusted with furthermore resources. 125 ministers of state plus and 0.4% economic growth rate, GDP growth rate. Right, if you have a government that has had in excess of 400 billion Ghana cedis over the last 5 years or so, and they don't have one single regional hospital built out of that sort of resources, why should we give them any more money? And besides, if you look at the budget of the country, are they saying that without 7 billion, this country cannot run? Is that what they are telling us? Right. As the whole government of Ghana, the machinery of the government of Ghana is now reliant on 7 billion Ghana cedis?
No.
Well, if that is the case, then the financial situation of the country is far more precarious than they are telling us. It is that the case that the country is running out of cash. It's as simple as that. I mean, if you look at the budget of our country, we're not talking about $7 billion, where you would say it's pretty much close based on current exchange rate, possibly something between 45 billion Ghana cedis to about maybe 49 billion cedis, depending on how the exchange rate you think the city is going to depreciate over the next 9 to 10 months. Even if it's just 7 billion Ghana cedis, which is less than, based on current exchange rate, it will probably come to about something between $900 million to about $1 billion. I mean, you can't tell me that the economy of Ghana's stature cannot move ahead without this sort of money. It's that the situation is far more precarious than what they are telling us. And by the way, look, they claim they are running a free country. So if it's a free country, those MPP supporters or people who think this is a good idea, whether they are MPP supporters or not, they can make their details available to the government.
All right, can I ask you a very simple question?
Yeah.
From the time memorial till now, probably within this, era of politics, do you see how useful do you see a tax from the taxpayer? Right. And Felix, sorry, your line, it's been quite hectic this morning, and your line is gone. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow, and then we'll continue this discussion. But I had wanted to ask you about, our taxing system, especially in this contemporary times of politics, whether the tax system, prior to the e-levy, I wanted to read a few of the Facebook comments, because it's also very large on it. Our time is up. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Sorry, for those I couldn't pick your call, it was too hectic. I bet people have missed the program and they wanted to do Monday. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday we'll be here. And so you have a good
Well, you just heard the man murder the music like that. You're just gonna stand there and watch. Last two. I never know to walk about Joe. Come my judge, I won't club a toe. Murder. Look at God, I'm much I heard. I said, I told I go, boy, you said, but I too soon, phone. on with 15 now. Your more begin up on your new one on the senior. And I'm a gonna but I'm a done up now what don't my fucking Tomica. What's a get them and I got them. G. Now we want to be what do, 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 now we want to be what do. You get crazy, you get crazy, you get Charlie, you better move, Charlie, you better move, Charlie, you better move, Charlie. Didn't mama me quine and me bully jaw. What I said, I feel me no me quine and me this straw. All the killer be done, you be fool, why you don't call the law. We are done, like my we in a me do door. I'm a le ole bokon, brother le ole shepons. We are move on the pons, come on to pinch the cons. Dirty door, Papa said you have to floor. Jima when you saw, when I'm with the buy, now so yen hit. Take your body now, ubos, who's all while your face. For soon, ya put them tone, Mujima when the stakes die. When inside your end and your uncle hammer beats. You did crazy, you did crazy, you did crazy, you did crazy, Charlie, you did crazy. So go now. I'm a home in the car. Maybe I'm a home in the city to one now.